Bad night for Labour. Where's it gone so wrong?
Good morning. Well, first of all, recognition and respect to all the candidates of all parties that have stood in this election. It's a big step to put yourself forward for election and the judgment of voters, and especially for our Labour candidates. They fought a hard campaign, which has been really tough at times, and it's clear from early results that in some parts we're holding good Labour councillors and councils like Lincoln and Reading and parts of London. But in too many areas, too many Labour councillors are losing their seats, and I know that national sentiment has played a part in making their job harder.
OK, national sentiment. What does that mean? What's your analysis as to where it has gone so wrong, Ms Healey? Historic losses at this stage. Not all the votes are in, but it's not looking good at this point.
Well, I think we always see people voting locally, taking account of national sentiment. What's happened here, I think, is that we're less than 2 years into a 5-year term of a national government. People have seen some of the changes that they voted for: 6 cuts in interest rates to bring down mortgages, NHS waiting lists down by 400,000, new Labour renters' rights, protections against being kicked out of people's homes without good reason, and also the low paid for the first time having a right to sick pay. But is this enough? No. Is it starting to make a difference in many people's lives? Yes. But it's clear we have to go further, we have to be bolder, and I think Keir would acknowledge we have to deliver more, we have to be bolder, and I think he would acknowledge also we have to do more to give people a sense of hope for the future.
Yeah, you've used the phrase national sentiment for the second time, so I'm trying to understand exactly what you mean by that. Do you mean that just because the party is so unpopular across the country, you've done badly here?
There's always going to be links between the parties standing nationally and the way that people vote, including for local elections. And we've all got to take some responsibility for that, especially for those of us in Parliament. And I don't want to downplay how serious the results are for Labour. But I was elected as an MP 2 years before being part of that Labour government in 1999, when we lost over 1,100 councillors in that election, but we went on then to win the 2001 and the 2005 elections. So we've got to work our way back. We've got to win back the confidence. We've got to demonstrate to people the differences that delivering what they voted for will start to make. But above all, we've got to give them some hope for the future. And for me, you can't be hopeful about the future without security. And that's why, faced with the global conflicts, we've got to step up on national security. And Keir Starmer has said we will do that by spending more on defence. We've got to be able to step up on economic security by demonstrating how we're acting to help people with rising costs and business confidence. And when people are fearful and worried and concerned and insecure online and on their streets, we've got to act on that insecurity as well, and we will. You'll hear more, I think, from Keir Starmer in the days ahead, and you'll certainly see next week in the King's speech the sort of steps that we can start to take to give people that greater sense of security, greater hope for the future, a confidence that Britain is going again in the right direction.
Secretary of State, you say you all take responsibility, but as the Prime Minister, he must take the most responsibility. He's described as toxic on the doorstep. Many observers describe him as a drag on the party. He's historically unpopular. What responsibility does he take?
He takes a great deal of the responsibility. I know he feels it deeply. I've seen the way that he is preparing to do that. But I would just say to people, look, he's one of only 4 Labour leaders in 120 years that has won an election. He's won a mandate from the public for 5 years, and we're less than 2 years into that. And at this time, with everything going on in the world, rising threats, greater conflict, a oil price crisis looming, the last thing that people would expect is for a Labour Party to turn in on itself, and the first thing they have a right to expect of their government is for us to be working for them, looking to deal with the problems, the concerns and the insecurities that they face. And that's, I know, what Keir Starmer will be determined to do.
So you're telling me that he's going to stay the course and try and tough this out, despite him potentially being a drag on the party going forward?
he will stay the course. He's determined to do what he believes he's got a duty to do and was elected to do, which is to lead this Labour government. And those of us around him have a big duty and a responsibility throughout Parliament to help him do that. We can work our way back. We can do that by being bold, by delivering faster on the things that people voted for in the election, and by giving people some hope and security for the future.